Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. ADA continues to be squeezed between support and resistance, and it's moving closer to my next target at 37.8 cents. Why is this such an important target? Because in the yellow count we should break above it easily, and in the white count it also kind of makes sense to watch for the price to get there, because when we are looking at the microstructure of this white corrective wave 2 rally, we can identify a possible AB pattern, and wave C might be unfolding. And wave C should stretch to the 100% extension, at least usually that's what we would expect. And that's at 37.8 cents. So that's the key level to watch, 37.8 cents. And we haven't broken above it. We haven't quite reached it. The price pushed just a little bit higher yesterday. I cannot identify any more microstructures here. So the levels tell us everything we need to know. The momentum is still up short term, and we are squeezed between support and resistance. So we are kind of in this gray area, in this in-between space, where both counts are valid, okay, and both counts are possible, and it will depend to a degree on Bitcoin as well. But the levels are clear. I mean, we had a dip into support, the market reacted to that orange support region. Now we are in resistance, but in resistance so far I haven't seen any clear rejection, or there's a small reaction, you could say, to the golden ratio level. If we zoom in a little bit, you see that. So the price shows a bit of a red candle as a reaction of reaching the 36 cent level, which is the golden ratio, which is a very important resistance level. So that's key. And the white count could extend higher. 37.8 cents is just the next key resistance. Normally, wave 2 here shouldn't break above 37.8 cents. So breaking above it would be a first warning that the bulls are starting to take the lead. At the moment, I'm watching for further downside potential, but as I said, it will depend to a degree on what Bitcoin is doing and so on. At the moment, we have a phase of a little bit of recovery, but it's a very fragile recovery. It's not really strong impulsive upside momentum, even though a day like yesterday looks like that. It gives you that impression that we are moving up in a very impulsive way, but I discussed all that in the Bitcoin video. So I think just be ready for anything. We are still moving here in corrective structures. The question is just, if you want to trade this, which position are you taking? I can tell you that in my interpretation, a break below the B wave low at 33 cents, followed by a break below these swing lows here around 30 cents, would confirm the beginning of the third wave to the downside. Whereas a break above 37.8 cents would be a first warning that the bulls are taking the lead, and any break above this high, 40 cents, would pretty much rule out the white microstructure. At least it would not rule out further downside, because it could simply be a larger corrective rally. But as long as we stay below resistance, there's no need to discuss all that. That's something for the future. We have to focus on what we're doing right now. At the moment, we're in a moderate uptrend. Reached resistance, we just now have to watch how the market reacts to this resistance area. And if the yellow count is playing out, yellow wave 3 should reach 51 cents or higher, so that it reaches here the first target for a viable third wave. Because if we can't even get to 51 cents, we don't really need to focus on the yellow count too much. It could just be a larger corrective rally. Ultimately, to really confirm that this larger correction that started in March, when the price had topped at around 80 cents, that this larger correction is over, we need to see all 5 waves in yellow. This is so important. I know it takes patience, but from an analysis point of view, that's what we need to see to really confirm that the yellow scenario is unfolding. And it will fulfill all 5 patterns, and it looks like the count is full then, but that's only the start, right? Because these 5 waves would be the first wave of a larger 5-wave pattern to the upside. We will then be able to identify a support area somewhere down there at a target, and then from there the price could move higher for the next major rally. That's why the 5 waves are so important. Everything in between at the moment is very fragile, and the problem is that the initial rally between the 5th of August low and the 25th of August high is simply a 3-wave rally. So it is fragile. It doesn't mean it couldn't move higher. It certainly can. I just gave you a level against which we can still focus on higher, but it's just not a very desirable setup. Okay, it's just not. We first need to see a break above resistance. We're now in resistance. So I think the focus on the weekend and early next week needs to be on that 37.8 cent level and then the 40 cent level above. To the downside, it's this micro B wave low at 33 cents. But yeah, we're a bit in no man's land as long as we are squeezed between support and resistance. This is simply a range where we could just randomly move up and down without any meaningful movements. And bear in mind that the break below the B wave low is therefore only the first indication that the downside pressure is increasing, because we're moving in a range. We need to break support as well. That's the update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.